What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with the next event update. Y'all know what it is. One of the best updates that we've had since the beginning of this year. Definitely one that we've been looking forward to, and it's finally here. 2-year anniversary event, revisiting the Hall of Heroes. 5 different elements, 5 different dungeons, guys. It's going to be available during the weekend, and you're going to have the opportunity to choose one out of the 5 monsters to take advantage of. So if you haven't been playing since the beginning of the game, you are in for a treat. Make sure that you choose wisely, because there's so many great units here. We have to take advantage of this while we can, because some of these units that are really, really rare are going to be hard to come by. So let's take a look at them. If you haven't already, we'll go ahead and take a look at them real quick. We got ourselves, I think Liesel is the first one here. Take a look at his skill set here. First attack, attack 2 times with the vampire bat, recovers 30% HP. Second attack, an amazing skill debuff, attack power and attack speed, very, very nice. And then we have ourselves a skill that attacks with a group of back, attacking multiple times, and then of course the damage increases as you're less wounded. So it's going to be doing a good amount of damage, early on. Interesting skill set overall. And then finishing off here with the dungeon leader of 30%. So I remember this when it was available. It was really, really early in the game, and this was a nice little treat for people that didn't had a composition, but their overall HP of the units were just overall low. It was kind of nice to have that, but I wouldn't make your decision based on that skill alone. It's going to come down to a lot of different things. So let's take a look at the rest of the units here. We got ourselves, fail. We got ourselves, where is she? Hwahee. Alright, so we got ourselves the first skill that's going to attack and then have a chance to proc the second skill, Shadowless Kick. Shadowless Kick hits the enemy with a swift kick, and then each kick has a 75% chance to remove a beneficial effect. Keep in mind that even though the skill has a 3-turn cooldown, even if the skill is on cooldown, this still has a chance to proc it, so it's still kind of like a chain effect. And last but not least, being able to attack 4 random targets with the power of fire. Each strike prevents the target from using the skill with the cooldown for 1 turn. Interesting skill. And so it's like a silent, so to speak. And then of course, if this skill's on cooldown, you have a 25% chance to counterattack when being attacked. And keep in mind that when you counterattack, you're using your first skill, and that has a chance to proc again the Shadowless Kick. So as you can guess, guys, the Kung Fu Girls, even though they get a bad rap, they are a really unique unit, a nice kit, and you can definitely take advantage of them on some of these stages that have the one boss, like a Necropolis or whatnot. Really fan favorite. Even though it can be used in the arena, and that's what it has the leadership for, I necessarily don't see him all the time. Nevertheless, if you're looking for something to mix it up, a new toy or whatnot, that could be a nice little candidate here. So, next one up. We got ourselves a Cases. Yes, I had this unit way back in the day. Oh my goodness. Cuts an enemy sharp with a sharp blade for continuous damage for 3 turns for a 30% chance. Then we have a skill that has hits all enemies with a twister and recovers 10% of the allies' HP there. And then we have ourselves the ability that provides a shield that absorbs damage, and then also provides the reduction of critical hit for all allies. So, and then of course we can't forget the resistance by 50%. For those that are not old school, this was one of the units that a lot of people used at the very, very beginning of the game with regards to TOA, Giants B10 even, just to nullify some of the big hits that the Giants were bringing, and make things easier for you. Everyone loved to play with this one on Despair because of the 2-turn cooldown on the Twister, and so it was a really unique unit. Now, that being said, I'm going to be real with you guys. I feel that there's so many other better choices out there that, and so many other great units out there that kind of supersede this particular unit. A lot of things that other people bring. I don't see this as one of the top units out there, but at the end of the day, if you're one of those fortunate few that have every other unit and you really want this unit, then go for it. See what you can do. But I really do feel that there's going to be a lot more chances for you to take advantage of this, and because this is Hall of Heroes, you have the opportunity to get the fodder that you need within whatever one you choose, and climb it up. And considering the fact that its water and fire counterpart are not the greatest, I feel that there's better choices out there. So, okay. Next one up, I just gotta find the highlight because I was around during this time. I'm old school, man. I got all of them. We got ourselves Arya here. Arya, the light succubus, an amazing unit to say the least. You're gonna hear it all day. This is probably gonna be the fan favorite of most. Having the opportunity to sleep a unit for 1 turn with a 50% chance, and then recover the attack gauge by 50% if the enemy falls asleep. And then you got yourself an HP recovery skill here. Disturbs HP recovery for 2 turns, and if the target is asleep, the target will be stunned for 1 turn. Wow, that is amazing. Now, if I remember correctly, this was a recent change. This used to be, if the target is asleep, this skill will be a critical hit no matter what. Now it's a skill that will be stunned. It will be stunned. So, an amazing unit, right? And then, of course, if that wasn't enough, the ability to reduce the attack speed of all enemies and glancing hit with all enemies, okay? To my knowledge, guys, this is the only unit that has an AoE slow and glancing in the same skill. Nothing compares to it. And, of course, last but not least, we got ourselves the HP leader for the arena by ally monsters, but most people will tell you that this is, even though this can be used in the arena to take advantage of that skill, you're going to see this used time and time and again in the TOA to help with PvE progression, being able to get those additional stuns and micromanage your units by sleeping the ones you need to sleep in order to focus fire one down and clear the content. This is an amazing user by far. It's going to come highly recommended by all of them and by all the YouTubers and streamers out there. And if you don't have this one, you better ask somebody. All right, so take advantage of this while you can. The reduction of the skill up, if you max this out, this will go down to 4 turns here. So with a unit like this that has a 4-turn cooldown on a skill like this, and then has the opportunity to sleep with a high percentage chance and increase your attack bar, giving you additional turns really quick because you're getting that attack bar boost. An amazing unit to say the least. Okay. Then last but not least, we got ourselves. I want to say it's Guillemay. I can't pronounce that. Guillemay. Fail. This one's had some changes over the course of the time. Phantom Thieves. They were definitely a well-used unit beginning of the time, and still certain people use different element counterparts. Lure is a common one. People definitely love the wind one and the fire one early on, but then of course there are a lot of better units out there coming out with regards to AoEs and single target nukers, with the fire being the single target, wind being the AoE nuker respectively. So a lot of other units to go for now. Let's see, this one here has the opportunity to stun with a 20% chance, and the 7% can improve when you max it out. Then this skill, a nice hit with a great damage multiplier, 30% critical rate bonus, and will stun the enemy if you have a critical hit. So yes, guys, you see it right here. 2 skills that has the opportunity to stun, and then if that wasn't enough, the increase of the critical damage by 50% and the decrease of the critical hit by you taking that by 50% chance. So even though this guy is not a tank, you can bet that if he gets targeted, it's going to be a little bit hard to kill him. Now, this is going to be one that people are going to consider because of the fact that it does have, it is an amazing assassin. And what I mean by assassin, a single target nuker that can do some good damage. The game definitely needs more units that are able to snipe just about anything. And due to the fact that this is a neutral element, I do find value in this, but considering the meta, a lot of people using all these light units that are going to be targeting dark units, you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. Nevertheless, this is an amazing unit out there if you want to go for it, tune into that. Okay, so now last but not least, we got to think about what we're going to do. For me, as you guys know, I already have Arya, and I'm going to be real with you. I use her very rarely, just for certain compositions in TOA hard that I need to bring an AoE CC team. And so for me, I don't know if I'm going to skill it up yet. I personally believe that I would like to collect vampire skill ups. I do have a Vertihill, right? And so I would like to skill up my current Vertihill to go ahead and skill him up without cooling down the reduction of the second skill, so I don't make sure I don't lose that opportunity. You guys know what I'm talking about here. Where's it at? I don't want to I don't want to skill up this to the point where the cooldown time gets reduced. I just want to do it just enough to get the damage bonus and whatnot. And it's not a lot of skills. It's not a lot of, I'm looking for basically 7 skill ups. So if I'm fortunate enough to get this one maxed out, then this would be really, really good. And then I have a little project in mind. Now, you heard it here first, guys. There's a lot of things that we love to do, and a lot of people are going to be in this situation where maybe they have this, OP unit or whatever, the light and the dark. I have both the dark Phantom Thief and the light Succubus. So unless I, start using it now, it's not going to be any advantage to me. As you can see already, before this thing has even come out, I've had a couple of projects in mind. Copper, Arya, but the one, Dark Shark, but the one that most normally that we're going to be talking about is the Wind Vampire. Now, this is one of the units that people that were not around at the beginning of the day, some of them, there was a few videos out there that people showcased way back in the day, GB10, the potential of this unit. If you guys remember, that was way back in the day where you had yourself Wind Ninjas, everyone taking advantage of the Wind Ninjas, exploiting the dots, taking advantage of that, or GB10, back in the day with the imps and whatnot. There was, even though there was extremely hard to beat, there was, I want to say, just a handful. I want to say like 1 or 2 YouTubers that were able to make a composition strong enough to a wind-based composition strong enough to still take out the giant B10 without that, before that change in December of what was it, 2014? I think it was. So I personally believe that this particular unit with the kit is something to go after. The Fade Up Blow has an amazing damage multiplier, and then the damage increases by 25% for each harmful effect on an enemy. Not damage increases 25% if it has a harmful effect for each harmful effect. So you guys already know here that I'm a big fan of Rift of Worlds and doing everything that I can to speed it up. I like to do R4 as much as R5, and then when I'm doing R4, I have the opportunity to mix and match my units to get a little bit more DPS without that much heals. I could bring a little bit more to the table. And so this particular one is going to be one of my next 6 stars, guys. I want to show you guys that there's a lot of other units out there that are really decent, but as I said before in many other videos, you can't see the potential of a unit until it's maxed out, until you can see, what it's bringing. So with 2 skill sets like this, having the opportunity to have this amazing skill down to 3 turns, what I'm going to try to do here is bring this one down to 3 turns, right? 3-turn cooldown. And then I'm going to try to keep this one at 4. I definitely want to bring the harmful effect rate up to 100%. Weaken attack speed, attack power decrease. Try to keep this one on the cooldown turn because I'm going to be using this for Rift of Worlds, and I'll have an extra vampire to skill it up if I need to. And then, of course, max this one out here. But definitely, guys, considering the fact that Rift of Worlds is going to be having a wide variety of harmful effects, upwards of 6 to 7 harmful effects, in addition to having branding from my Stella, you already know that this guy is going to be putting out some numbers. This kind of has that feeling of Ardella, the damage to Ardella, but hers is only 15% for each harmful effect, whereas this one is 25% for each harmful effect. Now, it is on a cooldown turn, so units like Ardella may shine a little bit more, but I do have a violent set with decent damage, decent HP, decent speed, and I think I can make something of it. So I'm excited to show you guys this, because a lot of people are going to be going for Arya or the Dark Phantom Thief. I'm personally going for the Vampires, going to skill up my Vertihill, going to make Arjun, want to skill up that 3rd skill, 1st and 3rd skill, and then everything but the cooldown turn on the 2. So that is what I'm going to do, guys. I appreciate your support as always. Do me a favor, if you like this video, go ahead and smash it down below, but do me a favor. I would love to hear what your guys' plan is, which one you're going for, and how you're going to plan on using it in the game today. So as you guys can see, I can't even stay collected here. I'm very excited to skill this one up. I know that a lot of people are not going to be doing this particular unit. They're going to be going for the light and the dark one. So I'm looking forward to showcasing you guys, doing a unit showcase here in a week or so, putting the best runes on him and showing you what he is capable of. All right. So thank you all for tuning in. It's a pleasure to make this video for you as always. It's your boy Childish from ChildishPlays. Check it out. Take care, and we'll see you next time, guys.